Hello everyone, I'm your host, Mike Watch. Today, I'll be reviewing this green Roman date just released by VS Factory. I've previously reviewed other VS Factory Datejust models, including the mint green and black dials. So for this video, the main purpose is to let you experience the color scheme of this green Roman dial. We'll take a full 360-degree, dead-angle-free look to appreciate its overall texture and performance. First, let's go over the basic specification. This VS Factory Datejust uses a case and bracelet, both made of 904L steel. Now, let's take a quick look at the polishing on the edges and corners. The edges all feature rounded, beveled polishing. This includes the sides of the bracelet. As you can see, it's a rounded high-polish finish. So when you touch it, it's smooth and not sharp. Now let's look at the clasp. The center is polished, while the sides have a brushed finish. The edges of the clasp are also finely beveled. This is the embossed crown logo, which is very three-dimensional. And the small dots on the crown are well-rounded. Let's open it up and look at the inner clasp. You can see its engravings in the texture here. It features the flat top design, including this olive branch logo. Let's zoom in a bit to get a feel for this crown engraving. It has a protective film on, so it might not look perfectly clear. The flat topper and the 4 small dots are all there. You should be able to see it from this angle. And the K6 you code on the inner part of the clasp. The case back is a solid, sealed design. Later, I'll open it to show you the so-called Dandong 3-3-5 movement. Now let's take another look from the front. The bezel on this VS Factory model is a copper-based, platinum-plated one, and the amount of plating used is double that of previous versions. Take a look at the sparkle and brilliance of the bezel. There's a saying, the quality of a Datejust replica is judged by how brilliantly its bezel shines. You can feel it for yourselves. Let's slowly pan from this angle. The bezel is exceptionally bright and shiny. Especially from this angle, it's very satisfying. And because this is a copper-based, platinum-plated bezel, with normal wear, you won't have to worry about oxidation, color fading, or turning gray or black. You can be completely assured of that. And now for some details on the side. Since the Slate dial version from VS Factory has been out of stock, if you're considering a Slate dial Datejust, you might want to research this green Roman model. This one is quite distinctive because of its Roman numeral R markers. The markers have a glossy, three-dimensional finish, and the green color is framed. This is why it's called green Roman numeral R markers. You can see, it's done quite well, including the slate gray dial's color tone. It has a very fun, radial sunburst pattern texture. You can take a moment to quietly appreciate this sunburst pattern. Now, regarding the hands, it features a solid cannon pinion with a cap. The solid cannon pinion is a key detail. Let's check it from this angle. Solid cannon pinion, cap design. The hands are also buff style, three-dimensional hands. There is a recessed, three-dimensional feel, though it may be hard to perceive in the video, but you can see it here. There are no major issues. Now, I'll demonstrate its time-setting functions. This model is equipped with the Dandong 3-3-5 movement. So if you want to distinguish a VS Factory piece, you can just verify the movement. Because currently, only VS Factory has this Dandong 3-3-5. Other factories use a modified Shanghai 3235 movement. In terms of appearance, while the modified Shanghai movement's architecture can be made to look identical, the underlying quality and mechanism are different. In a moment, I'll open this one up and show you. First, let me explain its time-setting functions. The 3235 has a clockwise adjustment after you unscrew the crown. This is for winding. Pull it out one stop for date adjustment, turn it upwards to adjust the date. Pull it out another stop to adjust the hands. It's a clockwise adjustment, which is completely identical to the genuine function. It also has an instantaneous date change. See, the date jumps instantaneously. It can also adjust the date backwards. However, for this backward adjustment function, it's best not to use it if you don't have to. I personally feel that its reversing might have an impact on the date or mechanism. Just know that it has this feature. So, clockwise time setting, instantaneous date jump, backward date adjustment. And on a full wind, its power reserve can reach approximately 72 hours. So, whether it's the functions, the setting direction, or the power reserve, it's all consistent with the genuine, thanks to the Dandong 3-3-5 movement. After you've set it, push the crown in while turning it clockwise to screw it down tightly. You can then take it swimming or snorkeling without any issues. Now let me explain how to differentiate the Dandong 3-3-5 movement. It's very simple. You don't need to look at the overall architecture. You don't need to look at the architecture. Just look at this spot. Let me explain. Let's zoom in a bit. Let's take a look at this movement. Currently, the modified Shanghai 3235 also moves the regulator to the right side, whereas all the Shanghai movements had it on the left. So, the first point is that it's now on the right side. And the program high-spring text and other engravings are made to be identical. But there is a key difference. First, the code engraved below the balance wheel on the VS version starts with S. The S prefix is the first point. The second point, look here, where I'm pointing, this is a clutch wheel. What's a clutch wheel? It's a component that can be operated to control functions like winding, date setting, time setting. It moves. The Shanghai modified version doesn't have this. I'll put a picture up on the top right for you to see. It's just a static, decorative piece with a spiral pattern, like a small, hollowed out cutout. But the Dandong 3235 has a real, functional clutch wheel. Let me demonstrate. Let's take a look. Let me unscroll it first. Right now, you can see it's recessed one step below the plate. Let me pull it out one stop. Let's get a static shot. See, it pops up. Now let's pull it out one more stop. It pops up a little bit more, and when you press it back to the winding position, it retracts. Let me do it slowly. See, it's a genuinely moving part, fully integrated with the other gears. You can also see the gears here. This is a fully integrated movement. When you are winding, this guide wheel engages with the gear on the winding stem. See, it's all genuinely functional, moving gears. And when you pull it out, it disengages and retracts. This is quite fun to play with, so that's the overall situation. This is the point you can use to differentiate. Because no matter how well the Shanghai 3235 is modified, even if the architecture looks the same, the underlying mechanism cannot be made identical. So, this is the key point for identification. Now, for a quick on-the-wrist look. This is how the green Roman model looks. My wrist circumference is 16.5 centimeters. Wearing this green Roman model is perfectly fine, no problem at all. You can get a feel for the look. It's a very good looking color scheme, the green Roman. So if you like the Slate dial Datejust, the green Roman model is an excellent one to consider, as VS Factory Slate dials are indeed rarely in stock, so you can consider this one. Alright, that concludes our review for today. We'll see you in the next video, bye bye.